average, women give 3 reasons for choosing abortion. 1, having a baby would interfere with their work, their school, or just their life in general. 2, they cannot financially support a child. Last, they do not desire to be a single parent. Abortions are very painful for unborn babies as early as 8 weeks old. Abortions are a heartless and a selfish act, and the majority of women who do have abortions do so simply for those 3 reasons. Never really understanding what abortions really was, I had a great belief on whether I was for it or against it. After having to write a paper for my English class and researching the topic, I was mortified with what I'd found out. My intentions today are to convince you that abortions are a violent murder act upon unborn children, and more people need to speak up for the babies who can't voice their own opinions. Human rights, including the right to live, are competing rights between the mother and the unborn child in the political world. Mothers claim that their rights are being taken away when their right to be pregnant is taken away. On the other hand, obvious human rights are being taken away when the unborn baby who cannot verbally object to their own right to live. A pregnant woman experiences sickness, physical body changes, and slowed mobility, but it is only temporary changes. Her body has the ability to bounce back and get back on track as though she was never pregnant in the first place. However, an unborn baby who is being aborted will have the most permanent change, and that is death. There's no coming back from that one. A woman with an unwanted pregnancy can opt for adoption. An aborted baby has no option. Because a woman doesn't want to go through temporary changes, the result is a murdered baby. When there is a dispute between 2 people, the law is used to find what is most fundamentally important. In this case, a woman who has to go through a few temporary changes, or the permanent choice of death. Which one is fundamentally more important? Visual aids affirm the violence of an abortion. If a woman was made by law to watch the abortion take place and then watch her own, I am convinced that abortions would have a major decrease. A video taking place in 1980 called The Silent Scream is of a woman having an abortion to an unborn child at 11 weeks gestation, and the video is witnessed through ultrasound, and it is a violent murder. At 11 weeks gestation, the baby squints, swallows, and can make a fist. The unborn child has fingerprints. Heat, light, touch, and sound are very sensitive for the baby. The child can suck his or own thumb. There are tons of media, pictures, and videos that educate the development of the process of conception to birth. Silent Scream video has been a great example of the pain an unborn child feels as being executed. Educating about the true facts of abortion are not something that is taught in schools, media, or even abortion clinics. According to the Planned Parenthood website, completely restricting the law to eliminate abortion is not the right way to go. If the law completely forbade abortions, people would be doing it one way or another, and probably more often. Education changes mind, and minds change behavior. I'm going to give you all a real ultrasound picture of an 8-week gestation of a baby. And I am a mother-to-be. I have never planned my pregnancy, and I was almost 8 weeks pregnant before I even found out. I had an ultrasound done at 8 weeks gestation, and what I saw on the screen looked like a peanut blob. But what the doctor had pointed out was a heartbeat. I saw a flicker, and hardly 32 days from conception, there was a heartbeat of 160 beats per minute. At 8 weeks gestation, because of the development of the thalamus, if you was to prick the hand of a fetus, the mouth would open and he or she would try to pull away. Heart rate changes and fetal movements are another proof that fetuses do feel pain. So a fetus can't actually tell you if it's in pain or not. But what happens is electrical impulses are discharged to the spinal cord and to the brain through pain receptors. The unborn baby will maneuver around the womb to try to find a comfortable position. And that is what is seen in the 1980 video Silent Scream. As the doctor probes the amniotic sac, the fetus maneuvers around the womb trying to escape the attack. To end the painful murders of unborn babies for human rights reasons, visual proof reasons, and educational reasons, the government should require all women who want to undergo an abortion to watch through ultrasound as the procedure is being done. Humans, despite their ignorance, are born with a conscience. Their hearts can be pricked, but sometimes it does take an effort to do so. The more people who are educated about the matter, the bigger the decrease that abortions will happen in the future. Thank you.